Hi everyone and welcome to this one-off tutorial talking about how to create your own content packs, allowing you to share assets between multiple projects very easily. Okay, and this will allow you to also share it to your friends and anyone else you want to give it to as well. So let's get started and take a look. So to get started in creating your own custom content pack, you're going to need a project that's got the content in already. So here I've brought in this samples project that you get from Unreal for a variety of different courses. And I like the character that comes with this. It's got nice animations. Also like the artwork. It's got a lot of nice things going on in this pack here. But let's say I want to add this character to my other projects. Well, let's go ahead and do that. So to get started, we need to go into our Explorer in Windows and find anywhere you want. And we're going to create a new folder here called Content Packs, or Content Pack, that'd be wrong. And inside that, we need 3 folders. We need, first of all, Content Settings. And next one we need is called Feature Packs. Another one called Samples. And we also need a text document. So go ahead and create a new text document. And this is going to be called Content to Pack. Okay. Next, we need to go into our samples folder. Let's go inside there. And we're going to create a new folder here. And I'm going to call it Platformer Content. And inside that, we're going to add a content folder. So this would be where our platform is going to go when we take it from one project. We'll put in there. Okay. So we need to migrate over to this. So we're going to go to our project here, find the assets we want to take over. So we've got in here, I know they're inside the Teachers Marketplace with all these assets here. So I'm going to go right click on this, migrate. It's going to give me the option to choose which ones I want to migrate. Okay. And I'm going to go and find that folder. So I've got my desktop and in here, content packs, samples, platform content, and select the content folder. With that selected, go to select folder, and now copy all the files over to that. Okay, that's done. So let's now go back to our Explorer here, and we should see all those things are here. Okay. Okay, and that's all good. Right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our content settings folder. And in there, we're going to have a config folder. And another one for media. And we also need a JSON file called manifest.json. So we're going to go to create a new, and we can do it as a text document and do manifest.json. So if like me, you're just using Notepad, and it might save it as a text document, which you can see over here for the manifest. To change that, we're going to go to View, Show, File Name Extensions, and you just want to rename this and delete the .text bit at the end of it. And click Yes, and that will change it to a JSON file. Okay. Next, we need to go into our config folder, sorry. And inside our config folder, we need to create another text document. And this one is called config.ini. Okay. And we need to open it up, and we need to add in the following configuration. We have to put in inside square brackets. It's going to let me type. Yep, there you go. And you call it additional files to add. Close square brackets. And the next line, we're going to do plus files equals, and then we will put in the directory of where those things are called. So we're going to go samples, platformer content /content/ and then we're going to do star dot star, and that means it's going to add in all the files it finds in that folder. Okay, so just leave that like that, hit save, and then we close that down. Now, if you want to, you can add pictures to your media folder. These pictures will be what's used to display in the image you want to do there. So we can quickly do that. Let's open up Photoshop here and do that. So the size you want to do is going to be a custom size of 400 by 200. And we'll click create. And we're going to do something very simple. We're going to go back to this project here and take a nice little screen grab of our little dude here. And take a little screen grab. Go back to Photoshop, paste that in there. And just make that look however we want it to look. Okay, so now save that out. So I'm going to do save a copy. And I'm going to save it as a PNG. So I'm going to go back to my desktop, into our content pack. We go into our samples, not samples, sorry, our content settings, media. I'm going to add it into our media folder here. I'm just going to call this one platformer underscore preview. That's the first one. And then we want to do an actual icon. So we need to do another size here. This will be 64 by 64. So a lot smaller. And I'm going to use the same picture basically, but obviously scale it way down. Like that, that'll do. And we're going to go and save a copy of that and put that on here. Oh, I just realized I didn't change the type. Make sure you change the type here to PNG. PNG, there we go. So this will be platformer content, like that. And let's save the original one here. File, save a copy. And make sure I change it to PNG this time. So it'd be the same one as that, just do underscore preview at the end of it. Okay, and that should be done for that. So we're done with this project. We can close this one. I don't need it anymore. Next we have to do is build the manifest. So let's open up the manifest. And in here, we're just going to put in the details of the manifest. So you start things off with a curly bracket. And we're going to do version :1, for example. Obviously, do multiple versions. You can change that on each manifest. Name, :, and this would be a square bracket. Okay, and this is because you want to maybe want to support different languages. So you can do that. We go curly brackets again, and you just give it more information about the curly bracket. We can do let's do it here. Language, and then EN for English, comma. You don't have to do the indentations. It just makes it a bit easier for you to read it and see what you're talking about. It's a nice way to organize things. And this will be the name that you want it to actually show. So platformer content. Okay. And we'll close the curly bracket. And then we will close the square bracket. And then put comma. That's the name done then. Okay, next we've got the description. So in quotes again, description. And colon. And again, you would have different languages support. So you put in square brackets. Squares like an array, basically. And then you put in curly brackets again. And it follows the same sort of structure as we did for the name. So language. And then comma. And then text. And then put in here platformer content made by Epic Games for Unreal. Okay. And when we finish that, we close the curly bracket and close the square bracket. Obviously, if you want to support other languages, you're more than welcome to. You just add them in. Oh, and we've got the comma. There we go. Okay, next we've got the asset types, colon, and then this will be just an empty array, so just leave it as 2 square brackets like this. Search tags. And again, this would be like an array again following the same sort of structure that we had before. You see a pattern arriving here. Language. Oh, got big marks. Oh, quote marks. Language. And comma. Text. Colon. And then you put in whatever tags you want it to be searchable inside the thing. So I could say platformer, for example. Oh, yeah, don't forget the quotes. Okay. We'll close the curly bracket, close the square bracket, and comma. Next property is the class types. I'm going to do colon, and that is equal to nothing. Category. And this will be inside of the content category we want. And thumbnail. And this would be the name of the PNG file that's like the 64 by 64 one. So if I go back to here, it is, I can get rid of that one. Yeah. Is this one, platformer content. .png. That's the thumbnail. Screenshots. And this would be an array because you could have multiple shots in this. So we'll do array on a new line, square brackets, and then you just put in the name of the other one. Okay, so we'll do platformer content underscore preview .png, and then close square bracket, and that's it. Done. Okay, so it's just information about the pack that you want to have on there. So let's save that and close that. Okay, next we want to go into the content to pack here. Open this up. Okay, and the next bit is a bit specific, okay, depending on what kind of what machine you're using and the directory you've put this all in, because it needs to know what you want it wants to pack up. Okay, so in this bit, it'd be the directory of your files. Okay, what you want to pack. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go into my config folder and set this, copy, and paste this into here. Okay, so just do that. And you also want to make sure that you've got the backslash already in there too. Okay, like at the end here, so it indicates that you can get the stuff inside the folder. Okay, next is you want to do the same thing for the next folder, which would be media. So I'm going to copy that. And again, the reason why I'm copying this, by the way, is because my keyboard, that button is broken. That's why I'm having to do it like that. It's really annoying. I have to get another one. Okay, and next one we want to do is the manifest JSON. So I'm going to copy this. And then put in the damn thing there. And then, yeah, type in manifest.json. Okay. Once you've done that, hit save and you can close that. Okay, so we're almost done. What we're going to do now is we need to run a special program in Unreal's Engine 5 or Unreal 4, whatever you're doing. There's a special Unreal pack program which puts the pack together and zips it all up for us. But you have to be run through the command prompt window. So if you search for the command prompt window, it looks like this. You just hold down, like go to Windows, like push Windows key and search for CMD, and that'll give you the command prompt window. And in here, you want to use the following sort of structure. So it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. There's 3 parts to it. First of all, there's the program itself. And I forgot a little bit there to start. You need in quote marks here the link towards this Unreal Pack.exe. It is stored within your engine's install at engine binaries Win64 Unreal Pack.exe. Okay. Then there's a command dash creates equals, and then you need 2 references. You need the first reference here is towards that text file of content to pack, so it knows what to pack inside the content. And the second bit here is the directory of the where you want the UPack to go, and you want it to go into the feature packs folder that we made at the start. Okay, so that will go into your location. So it'll look exactly the same as this. You just want to change these bits. I'll put this into the description below the video. Might and substitute this in for something that you can type in yourself. But yeah, that's where you want that to go. Okay, so I'm going to select all this here, and I will put this into the comments below, in the description below, so you can help yourself to it and insert your own unique bits to it. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into my command prompt and I'm going to paste that into there and hit enter. If all goes well, we should see all this stuff come up. The thing we want to make sure that happens here is the creating pack and creating pack file happens. We don't see any warnings or errors. If you do, check your spellings, check your file extensions. They're going to be the issues that you find there. But what you should see here is all the files been added and we're good to go. So if we close that and go into our feature packs now, you should see our UPack file is now there. So what we can now do is send that over to our Unreal Engine install. Now, if you wanted to pass this over to other people to use, you can do quite easily. All you have to do is zip up 2 folders. Okay. So if you go and select the feature packs and the samples, you just want to right click on that and zip that up there. And that will zip up for us, and you can pass it on to other people if you want. That'll work just fine. Okay. So, platformer content .zip. Okay, so you can pass that on to anyone, they can download it. And when they do download it, and to actually install it into your content pack, you want to extract it open and take the contents of your feature pack here and your samples here and put them into your Epic Games in Unreal install. So here I have the Unreal Engine 5.2 install, and you can see there's 2 folders here, feature packs and samples, which matches what we've got. And all you're going to do is put the contents of our one into these ones. So we go to feature packs and we will put in the UPack in here. So if I go back to my feature packs here, I'm going to copy this and paste that into there. There we go. And then we go to samples and go to samples here and copy this folder and paste that into here. Okay, there we go. So let's close that. We're good here. Go to content, add on here, go to add feature or content pack. Go to content, and we should now see our platformer content is available with our image, with our description, with our title. Click add to project. And that's now going to be available to us in every single Unreal Engine 5.2 install, at least anyway. Obviously, when you update your Unreal to a newer version, you'll have to put in the feature packs in again yourself. So it's a good idea to keep hold of your zip files, as it can be quite useful. So just wait for that to finish putting all that in there. And we'll close out of there in a second. Okay, and we close that. And we go to our content drawer. And I can see in here, I've got my teacher's marketplace, assets, and I've got my character mesh already there. Okay, and that is how you can create your own content packs. So there you go. It's a pretty lengthy process, but it's pretty simple once you get used to it. And again, it allows you to really quickly, easily add content to any project you like, rather than going into other projects, migrating them over, and all that stuff over and over again. You can just do this instead, and it works pretty well. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/Ryan Laley, where all your donations will help support the channel, as well as give you access to all the videos early before everyone else. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.